Today we're going to be comparing the Exynos 2600 to the Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5 for Galaxy. Strap yourselves in, let's see which chip reigns supreme in the Galaxy S26 series. Welcome back to SamMobile TV, you're here with Daniel. I want to compare the performance of this Exynos chip to the Snapdragon chip, because a lot of people talk about Exynos and give smack about it. But how close is it to the Snapdragon, or is it even better in sort of phone tasks that you might use with it? The first thing to do is to check the ceiling, because you want to see the performance ceiling that you've got and all the headroom that you have for performance-based tasks. The best way to do that is through a benchmark test. So I'm going to get my Geekbench 6 out. I don't normally like doing benchmarks, but I just think in this instance, when you're trying to do, a test to show a ceiling for a CPU, this is the best way to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit Run CPU Benchmark, and then they're going to go through a bunch of different things to test a bunch of different things and just see what the end result is and how they do those things and how quickly those tasks can be performed. It sort of tells you on the screen what's happening, and then you've got a little percentage slider along the way. I'm sure you've seen a Geekbench test before, so I'm not telling you anything new or showing you anything new. This is just to get that ceiling out of the way so we can see what we're working with each chip. While this is happening, what I will say about the Exynos 2600 is the fact that it's got a 2nm process versus a 3nm one here. Technically, that means it should be a bit more efficient with power because shorter distance to travel, although 2 versus 3 is not that drastic of a shift. It also means, though, that there is probably more internal room for other things. Maybe it could impact things in the future if they decide to go 2nm wide across the board. But for now, they've only got the 3nm in the Snapdragon and 2nm in the Exynos. Anyway, this will run its course and I'll interject if there's anything interesting happening. Okay, just jumping in here, we're about halfway through. And as you can see, the S26 Ultra with the Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5 for Galaxy, God, that name's a mouthful, is starting to leap ahead in terms of percentage. So it seems to be running through this test a little bit faster. But again, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have a better score. It just shows you that it's completing some of these tasks a little bit quicker. Okay, we are approaching the end of the test. As you can see, the S26 Ultra is definitely in charge and ahead, and it gives me the scores on the screen there. S26, the Exynos 2600, almost done, just a little bit behind, but it is definitely slower at performing this particular function. Single core score, much higher on the Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5 for Galaxy, and then the multi-core score is a lot closer. But as you can see, the scores there, Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5 for Galaxy, in terms of ceiling, gives you better performance from a CPU point of view. If we go out of this though, and we head over to the GPU side of things, it's worth trying the GPU benchmark as well, just to see from a graphical point of view what you're going to get from an output, at least again, ceiling wise. This doesn't necessarily translate into day-to-day performance for most of the things you'll be doing, but from a ceiling point of view, it does show you that. So we'll hit run GPU benchmark on that as well. And then this one, let it run its thing. Interjecting here at 77%, 88% now, the Exynos is way faster from a graphical point of view at completing this test. The Snapdragon is continuing at 55% whilst the Exynos has completely finished. We can see the Exynos score there for OpenCL. Now we're just going to wait here for the Snapdragon one to finish, and then the score will be shown at the same time. Okay, not too long after it finished, we can see the scores there. Exynos ahead in terms of ceiling. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be better at playing games or anything like that in real world stuff, but just from a performance ceiling point of view, you can see it's higher. From a heat management, both phones have got a little warm. Snapdragon one, definitely warmer. The Exynos one, definitely a lot cooler to the touch. Make of that what you will. But getting out of those and looking at things that you might actually use your phone for, performance-based tasks that you would run on here. First thing is to play around with some of the Galaxy AI features. And I thought the best one to start with would be some summarizing within Samsung Notes. So what I'm going to do is pick this one here, something talking about the Galaxy S26. And I'm going to go into the AI toggle here, and then I'm going to go into summarize because I want to summarize this and I want to see which phone or which chip can do this the fastest. So I'll hit summarize, select a maximum, generate summary. Okay, that was roughly the same amount of time on both. But what about auto formatting? So that's another thing where it actually will generate multiple text formats. So I'll go back into here, go to auto format, headers and bullets, select maximum, generate. Let's take a look at which chip. Okay, so it's bringing the first model up at the same time, and you can see it's optimizing the arrangement on both. And we'll just see which one is completing this task first, because this is all being done locally. Okay, Snapdragon finished slightly ahead, and I'm talking ever so slightly. It wasn't that much of a difference. Okay, what about summarizing a web page? Okay, so I've got our website up, and I want to pick a article here. Let's see if I can find one here that would give me what I need. Okay, let's go with this one here. Okay, so I'll hit Galaxy AI, summarize. See what happens. See how they go. Okay, roughly the same time. So with AI tasks like that, you're not really going to get much of a difference out of the performance. Summarizing transcriptions, it's pretty much going to perform the same. But what about more intensive stuff like audio eraser? So to test audio eraser, I've got a clip here from a concert that I went to, and it's 57 seconds long, so it should give you a bit of an idea of how audio eraser can work. So if I hit the Galaxy AI button here, it's going to bring up my audio eraser analysis. That did it a bit quicker, but not judging yet. So just to test this, I'm going to take the voices down to 0 on both, put the music back, voices down to 0, and the noise down to 0 on both, but leave the music at balance the way it was shot. And then I want to hit save edits, and I want to see which one can process this faster. So save, and let's see what happens. So at the moment, they're keeping up with each other. There's actually no difference in their speed. Snapdragon will jump, Exynos will jump. But as we're approaching the end, I can see the Snapdragon just edging ahead and yes, finishing that little bit earlier, but it's not by much. It's like a fraction of a second different in terms of its processing speed for something like this for a 57-second clip. Quite impressive that the Exynos kept up all that way, but then the Snapdragon did edge ahead. So you can think over longer exports what that difference might be. But with both these phones now able to shoot in log video, you also might want to know that difference in the log processing. So I have a log video here captured on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. So last year's phone. So what I want to do is edit this, pick a lot because both phones can do that. I'm just going to pick the standard on both. Let's make sure the settings and the size and format is all the same as it looks there. Yep. And then we're going to save copy. And let's just see which one can process this a little bit quicker. That was exactly the same time. That was 11 seconds though. So maybe we'll need to do one a little bit longer to see if there's a difference. Okay, so I have one here a little bit longer, 57 seconds, exactly the same clip on both. Let's hit the LUT standard on both and let's hit save copy. This should show us a little bit better the difference, if any, between the two. Remember, this had a more higher graphical score, so potentially, as you can see, it could do better. And as you can see, it has done better. So the Exynos outperforming the Snapdragon here at log video exporting. Not something I was expecting, to be honest. But what's going to be interesting to me is this APV log. So the S26 Ultra and the Snapdragon 8 Gen Elite 5 for Galaxy have the option or have the capability to capture an APV. Exynos doesn't have it on the base S26 and S26 Plus. As you can see, it's already choppy to play. That 13-second clip is taking like 30 seconds to play, whereas it's already finished over here. But just because it can't play it doesn't mean it can't edit it. Well, that's the theory. Let's take a look. So hit the edit icon over here, no problem. Hit the edit icon over here. Video format not supported. So at least in a ceiling point of view for feature set, the Snapdragon for video editing has it over the Exynos because it actually can process that APV footage, whereas the Exynos cannot. A limitation of the Exynos, but not of the Snapdragon. So that is your difference between the Snapdragon and the 8 Gen Elite 5 for Galaxy. From a score-wise, the Exynos more than keeps up with what the Snapdragon can do. And then from an output-wise, for things like video rendering, this seems to be doing better, especially in log video rendering, and then everything else it just sort of keeps up at the same speed. But the 8 Gen Elite 5 for Galaxy has more about it when it comes to single core performance and also feature set like APV video recording. So depending on what you need out of your phone, this will give you a little bit more. But don't discount the Exynos 2600. It's a powerful chip and doesn't deserve the hate that it's getting. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV for more videos like this, more tutorials and deep dives. This is the place you want to be. Go check us out on our website, sammobile.com, and also go check us out on all our socials, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.